Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your agenda free news. I'm Jerome Hughes, your host, and today, right now, I'm going to be talking about Phase 4. I'm going to do a little recap about it, but before I begin, feel free to like the video if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel, and also click that bell notification so that way you'll get further updates, as well as the fact that you'll be alerted for when I'm uploading new videos. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So we had Eternal, Spider-Man, Loki, Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness, Moon Knight, Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, who else? Hawkeye, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and the list goes on and on. Okay. Oh, and Thor: Love and Thunder. If I'm missing anybody, comment below. So, my thing is that Phase 4 has become MCU, or the Marvel of woke, okay? And it's like, all I could do is, the only thing I could sum up with this, the only way I could sum it up is that Phase 4 did not have a direction. It didn't have a lead up to anything, all right? At least when, the first Iron Man movie, with Tony Stark, the post-credits scene with Nick Fury, it shows that was going to lead to the formation of the Avengers. So that first phase started building up to the formation of the Avengers, okay? And then Phase 2, that's when we started getting the journey to the Infinity Stones. All right. And all that whole thing from phases 1 through 3 led up to Thanos, okay? So at least that had a plan, okay? Phase 4 doesn't have a plan. All we got from so far is just the multiverse, and that was just about it. I mean, multiverse of what? Because you had different shows and different movies having their own perspective about the multiverse, okay? And that's where it lost consistency, okay? So Phase 4 has to, and it's literally been proven to be a disappointment. All right, the box office showed it, even though that many of the movies were number one. And problem is, they didn't stay number one the week after. But if they did, the amount of money that they took back in, they didn't make up for with their budget to make the movie as well as to promote those movies. Okay, so there's that. And then Phase 4 is also giving us all a look into what to possibly expect for Phase 5. Which in a nutshell is nothing, possibly more of the same. All right, so prime example, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Chadwick Boseman passed away. It was messed up, by the way. And Kevin Feige before announced that he was going to recast the role of T'Challa. All right, and even if he did, my opinion would be that John D. Washington would be good for the role, but that's my opinion. That's here or there. Oh well. But what's done is done. Okay. So with that being said, I'm guarantee you Shuri's going to be the new Black Panther, and they're going to possibly bring back Eric Killmonger to be the king. All right. So as you can see the comics, it's not going to fare so well with Shuri because she ends up getting killed, and then Eric Killmonger, he comes back, but he's not his original self. All right. So there's that. So we're not even sure about what the whole focus of that movie would be. All right. Maybe it might be leading up to Namor. All right. And then it might introduce the mutants. But then again, we also have Miss Marvel, which is shown up here in the thumbnail, by the way, that they mentioned that instead of her being an Inhuman, she is a mutant. And not to mention in the comics, they changed her powers. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't enjoy Miss Marvel as a comics because of the fact that there was no point. I saw it to be pointless, by the way. And the fact that I'm not a big fan of anything Inhuman anyway. But my issue is that at the end, and it's no surprise that she's going to be in the next Captain Marvel 2, or in other words, the Marvels movie. All right, so I'm going to skip that just like I should have skipped the first Captain Marvel movie. Okay. And then there was Moon Knight. Like, I'll be honest, I never read the comic books, and from what I saw from the show, it was pretty boring. All right. Oscar Isaac, yeah, he's an excellent actor, but at the same time, like the story itself and the action sequences is I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. No surprises, no sense of urgency, none of that. I mean, I watched the whole season and I wasn't really fazed by it. And then there was also Loki. Okay, the show Loki, I didn't even, I watched the whole season of that as well, and I was pretty disappointed. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, disappointed by that as well. And I'm not surprised that they decided to make the Falcon a new Winter Soldier, the new Captain America, and that's going to lead into Captain America 4. Also, I'm not sure if they're going to have that as the reveal at Comic-Con. They might save it for a D23, okay, but doubtful it's going to be anything major shown at Comic-Con. All right, so that leads also to Hawkeye. I only watched one episode of that show, and the first episode was what I watched, and after that it was just I'm just not interested anymore, because I realized that Clint was going to be replaced anyway, so there was no need for me to watch it if they're just taking away all the original Avengers and all of that, and I just lost interest. Okay, and now for the Phase 5. Oh, also I didn't watch Miss Marvel or even I also mentioned before that I fast forward through the Eternals movie because of the fact that, it was boring, it was drawn out. I'm not familiar with the heroes, as well as the fact that they Disney and Marvel Studios at the time had a narrative, an agenda that was being pushed onto all of us. Okay, and not to mention the cinematography did not live up to the essence of Jack Kirby. He was also the artist for the Marvel comics. Okay, so the Eternals comics, the color scheme was bright. Okay, it was also explosive. All right, Eternals the movie just seemed like a documentary, dark, gloomy, just a softer version of the DC movie, if you will. Okay. So it's like, yeah, that was also a dud. And well, going on into Phase 5 again, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I'm not gonna take that too seriously. What else? The only thing I'm looking forward to in Phase 5 is Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. What else? Any possible announcement of? I might give She-Hulk a try, because I'll be honest, that was the first comic book movie the comic book that I read, and I'm doubtful that they're actually going to do a good job with this one. What else? I don't know about Secret Wars and everything, because it's like I'm doubtful about that too, because they put the Skrulls out there in a manner that's not based on the comics. Okay, so in comics, the Skrulls were reckless, they were ruthless, they were evil. All right, but here there seems as if there's some refugees who are starting to work for Nick Fury and having Shield in outer space. Also, everyone's expecting to hear something about Fantastic Four. I'm pretty doubtful, because I doubt that they're gonna talk about it, let alone they just had a director who quit, who left the project, and they just casted somebody else other than John Krasinski to play Mr. Fantastic. Okay, or Lee Richards. What else? There's also other movies that I'm not looking forward to. Oh, I'm also looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That one's supposed to take place where it's supposed to be on the focus on Rocket. Okay, and also I'm curious to see if they're going to have Star-Lord to have them to continue to find Gamora, and then there's also Adam Warlock being introduced. Okay, so I'm kind of looking forward to that, but like every year I used to, tune in, look forward to see what the announcements are at Comic-Con. All right. But this time with Phase 5, it's like I'm just gonna keep my expectations low. Okay, because it's not much of a surprise to me anymore that, they've failed us and that we just lost interest all of a sudden. And the ratings as well as the ticket sales and the box office proves it. Okay. So then there's also things that came over from Fox onto Disney after Disney purchased more of the rights of Fox. Okay, 20th Century Fox, if you will. So then we have Deadpool 3. Okay, Deadpool 3. They say that it's going to be rated R, man. I'm expecting a bit of a change up to PG-13 or something. Okay, but it's like, anything's possible. Anything could change and stuff. Will they talk about it there a lot? Maybe, maybe not. Will Ryan Reynolds make an appearance? Maybe, maybe not. I highly doubt that. Once again, Fantastic Four. Then I'm doubtful that they're going to talk about it again. We'll talk about that. And then there's also this. Yep. That's the new name for the X-Men movie. Okay. The Mutants. Exactly where are they going to go with this? Like, there's rumors swirling around stating that, Victoria Alonso, who I said before to avoid all projects that features her as an executive producer, she had a problem with the title X-Men because she deemed that to be problematic, sexist and everything, because there's also ex-women in there like Rogue, Storm, Jubilee, so on and so forth. They're not men, they're women. Okay, but the thing is, like, people want the X-Men from the 90s. All right. That's why Disney Plus is about to introduce X-Men 97. Okay. Which was supposed to take place after the last episode of the X-Men cartoon from Fox Kids, where Professor X passed away and Magneto was no longer evil. Okay. So there's rumors saying that they're going to pick up off of that timeline and then continue to see where it's going from there. Okay. But my thing is the mutants. Like, this might have came up from where Miss Marvel, as they made around, saying that on the season finale that she could deem herself as a mutant. Okay, so now the mutants is through Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But last time I checked, there was a certain something that has a name that's almost similar to it. The New Mutants. Yeah, that didn't do too well in box office. I mean, I can say it was COVID and everything all y'all want to, but guess what? It didn't do too well, whether it be on streaming or even in the box office. COVID or no COVID, because nobody wanted it. All right. And it's like, it's going back into, what we saw. I guarantee you this is basically going to be a little bit of repeat of what we were hoping for in Phase 4. They were just getting us all hyped up for some of the movies, and then turns out all movies except for one turned out to be a disappointment. Phase 4, the only movie that wasn't a disappointment in the MCU was the Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home made more money than all the Phase 4 movies. It didn't have anything woke. It didn't tie away. It didn't lead away from mostly from the comics. And they also included a few characters from not only a character from the Netflix show Daredevil, but they also included, like, since it was a multiverse scheme, they was smart to come up with having the other Spider-Man there. Okay, Peter Parker played by Tobey Maguire, as well as Andrew Garfield. They had them in there along with their arch nemesis. Okay, and that was really smart. That's what we wanted. They gave us what we wanted. Now, the post-credit scene of No Way Home, or the mid-credit scene, if you will, that actually had me disappointed because I was really hoping for to see Tom Hardy play his role, and then how he and Venom interacted. All right, but it's like I don't know. Like, I'm not really confident in Phase 6 much. Now, will there be will Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man movie, be a part of Phase 6? I don't know. We're going to have to see. Not Phase 6, Phase 5, I mean. Not sure, okay? But we are going to have to see about that. So, day one of Marvel booth at San Diego Comic-Con 2022 has just started today. That reminds me, I'm not sure if they're going to have Hall H live streamed or not. So most likely I might not do a live stream for that if they're not going to have it. Okay. Now I'll do a reaction, but I'm not sure. I'm not confident about them having it as a live stream. If so, I mean, let me know on social media, on Twitter, Mr. Roman Rome, and also comment up here on any of my videos. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to smash that like button. I'm bumbling. And comment anywhere I might have went wrong in the video. And also feel free to please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content, and hit the bell notification button so that way you'll be updated and alerted to new videos. Okay, until then, peace.